Good evening, everyone. It's 6:01. We'll go ahead and start the meeting. Let's please take roll.
Commissioner Lyde. Not here. Commissioner Diaz.
Here.
Commissioner Bray.
Here.
Commissioner Wagner.
Here.
Commissioner Kreiner. Commissioner Lyde.
Here.
Vice Chair Hardy.
Here, thank you.
Chair Vane.
Here, thank you. We'll go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone, please stand. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now go ahead and read the procedures for the meeting. This meeting is being conducted in person and electronically. The public may participate in tonight's meeting by using the Zoom link provided on the Planning Commission agenda. Please note that all virtual participants will be on mute until they are called upon by the chair, at which point they will be unmuted. If you're a member of the public and would like to comment on an item, use the raise hand function on Zoom. To avoid any confusion, please wait for the item you desire to comment on to be called by the chair before electronically raising your hand. For each matter considered by the Commission, there will first be a staff presentation, followed by a presentation from the project applicant. Testimony from supporters of the project will then be taken, followed by testimony from those in opposition. The applicant will have the right to a final rebuttal presentation prior to closing the public hearing. In accordance with Section 13 of Article 2 of the Planning Commission Rules and Regulations governing length of public debate, all public testimony from those in support and in opposition of the project will be limited to 3 minutes per person. The 3 lights on the podium next to the microphone will indicate the amount of time remaining for the speaker. The green light will be turned on when the speaker begins. Yellow light will come on with the self-bell ring when 1 minute is remaining. The speaker should be completing the testimony by the time the red light comes on with the final bell indicating time has expired. All in-person public testimony must be presented to the Commission at the podium. Any testimony that references race, religion, ethnicity, economic status, national origin, or any other classification protected under state or federal law in a derogatory manner shall be deemed irrelevant and will not be considered by the Commission in making its land use determinations. If you challenge these land use matters in court, you may be limited to raising only those issues you or someone else raised in oral or written testimony or before the close of the hearing. We'll start today's meeting with the agenda, the approval of the agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda?
Good evening, Chair Vang, members of the Planning Commission, Israel Trejo with the Planning and Development Department. There are no changes to the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any motion by the commissioners?
Motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
All right, perfect. We have a motion made by Commissioner Diaz, a second by Commissioner Hardy. All in favor, say aye. 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 All opposed, say no. Motion passes. We'll go ahead and move to reports by the commissioners. Do we have any? We're good? Okay. My apologies. We'll go ahead and move to new matters. This is ID 231558. Consideration of text amendment application number P2301018.
Good evening, Chair Vang and members of the Planning Commission. My name is Adrienne Asadorian, with a planner with the Planning and Development Department, Long Range Division. This evening, I will be presenting a text amendment to the citywide development code to allow razor wire security fencing in certain locations. And do we have a presentation on screen? Oh, perfect. Great. Okay, perfect. So just to give a bit of background, on December 5th, 2019, the City Council approved resolution number 2019-248, which directed city staff to initiate a text amendment to section 15-2009 of the Fresno Municipal Code related to security fencing to specifically address the use of razor wire. And this really came as a result of our local businesses here in the Fresno community experiencing issues of theft and crime at their establishments. And in seeking to provide additional security measures, many learned that the use of Hello? Perfect. Alrighty. So this came as a result of many of our local businesses here in the Fresno community experiencing issues of theft and crime at their establishments, and in seeking to provide additional security measures, many learned that the use of razor wire was not currently permitted in our development code today. So as you can see here, this text amendment would amend section 15-2009 of the Fresno Municipal Code to allow razor wire in the following situations: where required by law, where used to contain livestock, in commercial districts where not visible from any street, highway, public open space, recreation area, or residential district, in industrial districts unless it abuts a residential district or is located within 100 feet of a park or other public open space, and then in construction sites as a temporary measure as well. And these situations would require application of a permit for security fencing with the city of Fresno. I do also want to note that section 15-2009 of the Fresno Municipal Code does currently allow barbed wire in all of the situations as noted here. So this text amendment will allow razor wire in all of the situations where barbed wire is currently permitted. So city staff did meet with all of the active district review committees, as noted on this slide here. Committees from districts 2, 5.
Can we make sure everything is muted except for her?
Oh, test. Okay. Okay, thank you. So as I mentioned, city staff did meet with all of the active district review committees, as noted here. Committees from districts 2, 5, and 6, in addition to the Tower District Design Review Committee, all recommended to support the proposed text amendment without comments. Review committees from districts 1 and district 3 provided comments and questions. Test, okay. All right, so review committees from District 1 and District 3. Hello? Okay. All right. So Districts 1 and District 3 did provide comments and questions to city staff. This is also going in and out, like it's turning on and off the mic. Yeah, because it's turning, yeah, it's on and then it'll turn off, so. It's flash.
Testing.
All right, let's hope this one works a little bit better. So we did receive comments and questions from review committees from Districts 1 and 3, those of which have been responded to in the staff report. I also want to note that city staff did consult with staff from the Fresno COG who oversee the Airport Land Use Commission and determined additional review was not necessary due to the limited scope of the text amendment. So here you can see some examples of razor wire. We have a photo of just, standalone razor wire, and then the next photo actually shows barbed wire running through razor wire. So here you will see a map which shows our city limits in light gray, and then the areas in which razor wire would be permitted in dark gray based on the allowable locations as stipulated in the Fresno Municipal Code section 15-2009. And again, as previously mentioned, this text amendment would allow razor wire in all of the same situations in which barbed wire is currently permitted today. So to close, city staff recommends to the City Council adoption of a finding that text amendment number P23-01018 is exempt from CEQA pursuant to section 15303, class 3, and further recommends to the City Council adoption of text amendment number P23-01018 to amend section 15-2009 of the Fresno Municipal Code relating to zone districts where razor wire fencing is permitted. With that, I conclude my presentation and I'm available to answer any questions. Thank you.
There it goes. Thank you. Do we have any questions from the commission? Thank you very much. We'll go ahead and go to the public. Do we have any members who would like to speak in favor of the application or the text amendment? Do we have any individuals on Zoom?
None at this time.
I don't see any in the chambers. We'll go ahead and go to the public to see if any individuals would like to speak in opposition. Do we have any individuals on Zoom?
No hands at this time.
All right. We'll go ahead and close all public comments. We'll bring it back. Do we have any additional questions or comments for the city? Okay. Do we have any motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the text amendment.
Second.
All right, we have a motion made by Commissioner Wagner, a second by Commissioner Diaz. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. Motion passes. Good job working through the microphone malfunctions. You started sounding like an Adele song. Hello. So. All right, we'll go ahead and go to the next item. This is ID 231590. Is it?
Good evening, Commissioners. Chair Vang, Chris Lang from the Planning and Development Department. For your consideration tonight is vesting tentative track map number 6388 and the addendum to the associated environmental impact. The subject property is located on approximately 11.9 acres on the north side of the West Ashland Avenue alignment between North Garfield Avenue alignment and North Grantland Avenue. This is within the Park West development. Park West EIR was prepared for the Park West development on June 30th, 2020, and adopted by the City Council in January of 2021. The EIR analyzed the impacts for the future development of 844 single-family residential units for the entire Park West site. At the time of the EIR approval, the design of track 6388 and the lot layout was not known. So therefore, an addendum to the EIR was prepared on October 18th, 2023, which identifies the technical changes to the project and does not result in new or more severe impacts. Here you can see the proposed track map, which proposes to divide 11.79 acres of property into a 66-lot single-family residential subdivision at an overall density of 5.6 dwelling units per acre. The planned land use of the subject property is medium-density residential, and the proposal falls within the standards for medium-density residential land use. Here you can see the overall Park West development. All of the, to the south you can see tract 6388 highlighted. Then all of the other maps have already been approved. And so this is one of the final pieces of the overall Park West development. Staff recommends to adopt the addendum to the EIR prepared for the environmental assessment tract 6388 dated October 18th, 2023. And recommends approval of vesting tentative track map 6388, which proposes the 66-lot single-family residential development in compliance with the conditions of approval dated November 1st, 2023, and the related EA. That concludes staff's presentation, and I'm available for any questions.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the commission? I see none. Thank you. Let's please have the applicant.
Good evening. Good evening. There we go. Good evening, Chair Vang, Commissioners. Drew Phelps here with Granville Homes, 1306 West Herndon Avenue here in Fresno. This is a pretty straightforward map, as you saw in the presentation from staff. We appreciate staff's help in getting this map before you today. We are really excited because it is the last single-family tentative map that you'll be seeing coming out of the Park West development. And so there may be some moving parts in terms of the exact phasing of how the projects develop, but in terms of single-family maps, this is the last one. There's a multifamily component that's currently planned and going through the process on our side of planning, and also a commercial component as well. Those will be coming before you probably sometime in the future, still to be determined at this point. But in terms of single family, this will be it. So it's been a long time coming. We are particularly excited about this one because if you saw on the map, there are a few additional pieces of open space that were offered in addition to the 2-acre neighborhood park within the overall master plan development area. And all of those park spaces will be open to the public, not just for the residents within the development. So one thing I will state just real quickly for the record, we do have one condition that we have a small concern about, and that is from traffic. It is the traffic signal mitigation impact condition number 2, but that's more of a minor disagreement that we'd just like to state for the record. We are still asking for your approval. We don't feel that it's an appealable discrepancy, and so we would just ask to move forward with approval of the map. Of course, if there are any questions, very happy to address them. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions from the commission? I see none. We'll go ahead and go to the public. Do we have any individuals on Zoom who would like to speak in support of this project?
No hands.
All right. Let's go ahead and go to the public. Any individuals who would like to speak in opposition?
No hands.
All right. We'll go ahead and bring it back. Do we have any questions or comments or motions from the commission?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right. We have a motion made by Commissioner Wagner, a second by Commissioner Bray. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say no. Motion passes. Thank you. Do we have any reports by the secretary?
I do not have a report tonight.
All right. We'll go ahead and do we have any unscheduled oral communications from the public? Do we have any individuals with their hand raised?
Not at this time.
All right, thank you. It's 6:22. We'll go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Everyone, have a wonderful night.
Thank you.